This season, Rob and Sophie are quite the hit, and not only because of Rob's awkward dance greeting. Sophie starts to learn about Rob's house on the upcoming 90-day Fiancé. She had indeed seen it before. She's relocating here, though, this time on a visa for K1. She could have to use an outdoor restroom for a very long time unless she can persuade Rob that they should be living in a real house with all the comforts of home. Rob, Warne and Sophie Sierra are featured in Access' latest teaser for Sunday's 90-day Fiancé episode, which airs in the morning. Sophie appears to be sleeping in her adorable pajamas, which she is wearing. As in, really? Like to a cartoon character, and applying cosmetics. Rather, as the two have already mentioned, the restroom is outside. It seems to be a communal area. It requires crossing the courtyard to get to the restroom in order to be visited. That is not feasible, even putting aside the necessity to dress, because Sophie seems to spend a lot of time in clothes. Look, everybody finds themselves in strange scenarios, from plumbing problems to camping. However, those are only temporary annoyances. While you can get by for a short while, this is not a viable way of life. That is Sophie's perspective. She may have a princess tendency, but Rob is seeing things rather rationally. In the preview for the Sunday, October 22nd show, Sophie addresses the camera about the restroom problem. As if using a communal restroom weren't enough, kids should never have to do that in their own house as adults. She has to go outdoors each time she needs to use the restroom, regardless of the time of day or the weather. Despite the rain, Rob exclaims with triumph that Los Angeles never experiences rain. Although a large portion of Southern California is undoubtedly a harsh desert, it does rain there. It also misses the mark. Ultimately, this is not their home when it comes to bathrooms. As a result, their house lacks a bathroom. She considers this to be a transient indignity that is worth suffering in the short term to be with Rob, but undesirable in the long run. She even says the patio is beautiful. It's good, if you largely disregard the view. The courtyard is shared. I live in a building with a courtyard, and I can't imagine having to cross it to go to the bathroom, not that I'm being rude. Rob is keen to take weather out of the equation, but what about getting up throughout the night? What happens if someone is ill? Furthermore, we are unaware of all the specifics, but what kind of rivalry exists for the restroom? How spick and span? However, once Rob made the decision to bring Sophie into his life, it ceased to be just his business. It appears like he is carrying a grudge. It's important to understand that desiring a bathroom in your house is not a princess thing. It makes sense and is typical.